Greetings from North Cascades National Park. Come explore with me as I hike the Maple Pass Loop, handstand at the mind-blowing Diablo Lake, trek the incredible Cascade Pass Trail all the way up to the Sahale Arm Glacier, and even take a dunk in Blue Lake.
Good morning from North Cascades National Park. I'm starting out with one of the most epic trails here, the Maple Pass Loop. According to All Trails, it's about 6.5 miles with about 2,100 feet of elevation gain. The views are supposed to be pretty epic. Just a heads up, you definitely want to get here early. It's only about 6 a.m. The sun isn't even up yet, but the parking lot is pretty full already, so get here early, otherwise you might not get a parking spot. I did a little bit of homework on this trail before I arrived, and everyone suggested doing this trail counterclockwise because it makes the ascent a little more gradual. So that's what I'm doing today. So if you're hiking this trail, you can stay to the left and there's a detour that takes you to Lake Anne, which is about 0.6 out, 0.6 back. From the pictures and videos I saw, it looks really pretty. So I'm gonna add this detour in to check out the lake. Hopefully it'll be really nice, and then I'll head back and then get back onto the Maple Pass Loop. I just made it to Lake Anne and it is pretty stunning. And no one else is here. I highly suggest taking the detour to Lake Anne. This view is absolutely stunning. 10 out of 10. I was all the way down there at Lake Anne, still heading up. The views keep getting better and better the higher I hike up. Almost to the top. I think this is the last stretch before I get to a pretty incredible overlook. According to the All Trails app, there is 0.4 of a mile to get to the overlook. Almost there. Made it to the top. Check out this stunning view. This view is pretty epic. The last part of this trail is a little bit of a grind, but worth every second of the climb. This is beautiful. This is my first trail in North Cascades National Park, but 10 out of 10. This is incredible. Views don't get much better than this. Although I am very reluctant to leave this amazing view, I'm going to head back down because there are more trails to be hiked, so let's keep on going. Just another reminder to get here early. I got here early and there are only a few people up here, which is really nice. I watched a few videos on YouTube where it was packed and there were so many people around here, so it's nice to have this view almost all to myself. So get here early. So I'm not sure what this lake is right here. That's the lake you see from the main overlook, but I'm hiking back down now and I can see Lake Anne, which I was standing next to earlier this morning. So really cool to see that from above now. I'm on my way down and I could see Rainy Lake below me. I'm gonna try to check that out when I get a little closer to the bottom. So I just made it almost down to the bottom, but I hooked a right. I'm gonna head to Rainy Lake. I don't think it's too much further to get there, and it looks really pretty, so I'm gonna check it out. Just made it to Rainy Lake. No one else is here. I have it all to myself. Check out this view.
As always, I took way too many pictures on this trail, but I hope you enjoy them. I feel like pictures and videos don't do this park any justice, but I hope that you can make it here one day to see it yourself.
I am just about back to the parking lot. All Trails has me at a little over 9 miles, and that was including detours to Lake Anne and also Rainy Lake. So added a little bit of mileage, but it was well worth it. On to the next trail. I'm headed out on trail number 2 for today, the Blue Lake Trail. This is supposed to be 4.6 miles with 915 feet of elevation gain. I'm starting this trail at 11:30, which is really late for me, but it's my second trail of the day, so out of my control. The parking lot was pretty full. Got lucky and grabbed a spot, but a lot of people are parked on the street right now. I'm about 1.7 miles into the trail. It's not overly exciting so far, basically just walking through trees, but it's a lot easier than the first hike I did today, and I think the views are gonna be pretty spectacular when I make it to the lake. Made it to Blue Lake. There are definitely a ton of people here, so if you come later in the day you won't have this spot to yourself, but it's definitely still worth going. The color of this water is pretty stunning. Welcome to Blue Lake. I definitely regret not bringing a bathing suit, but I took my shoes and socks off and I'm doing a little free cryotherapy in Blue Lake. There are so many dogs here. I wish I had my dogs with me. So what's really cool about this lake is it's really crowded here. There are a ton of people, but everyone is really spread out around the lake, so you can kind of explore a little bit and find your own spot. I really wish I brought a bathing suit, but it's really nice to ice my knees and my ankles after the 2 hikes I did today.
All trails logged me at 4.9 miles for this trail with 942 feet of elevation gain, and it took me about 2 hours to complete it.
Reluctantly saying goodbye to Blue Lake right now. This is pretty amazing.
Next up for me was Diablo Lake. This was easily one of my favorite spots in the entire park. The color of the water is mind-blowing. Most of the time you have to hike many miles to get to a view like this, and it was crazy to me that you could just park your car and walk only a few feet to see this magical lake.
Is super crowded right now. There are hundreds of people, but if you are lucky enough to snag a parking spot, you definitely need to come here because the color of this water is amazing.
I was lucky enough to see Diablo Lake 2 days in a row. The first 5 pictures were taken around sunset time when I made a quick pit stop here on the way to my hotel. The rest of the pictures were taken the next day in the afternoon after my hikes.
I'm ready for another epic day of hiking in North Cascades National Park. I'm headed out on the Cascade Pass and Sahale Arm Trail. It's going to be a long day. This is 11.6 miles with just under 4,000 feet of elevation gain. I got here at about 6:30 in the morning. The parking lot is almost full, which is crazy. So this is pretty popular, but I think it's going to be an amazing hike. Just a heads up, you have to take Cascade River Road to get to the trailhead. That is hands down the worst road I've ever driven on. It's really sketchy. Someone actually had a flat tire in the parking lot, so be prepared. I drove in from Burlington and it took about 2 hours and 15 minutes just to get to the trailhead. A lot of the people that do this trail only hike Cascade Pass, which is roughly 7 miles. This is a lot longer, obviously, and the last mile is going to be a bit of a grind. It's pretty steep, but I'm up for the challenge. The first few miles of this trail are pretty gradual. It's basically just a bunch of switchbacks. I'm kind of taking my time now and trying to conserve my energy for when it gets steeper later.
These birds were all over the trail, and it was pretty entertaining to watch them race to get away from me.
a little over 3 miles in, and the views are starting to get pretty amazing already. And I know they're only gonna get better the higher up I go. Made it to Cascade Pass. That was not bad at all. Leaving Cascade Pass and heading up to Sahale Arm now. It's gonna get real. Fun fact, if you hike up to Cascade Pass, there's actually a bathroom there. It looks like you have to hike up a little further to get to the bathroom, but it's really nice when there are bathrooms on a long hike. I just hit 4 miles. It's definitely starting to get much steeper now, but the views are starting to get way better. I'm not sure if you can see it on the GoPro, but there's a glacier in the distance, and these mountain views are pretty incredible. I just saw my first marmot of the trail. I wasn't fast enough to get my camera out, so I'm hoping I could see another one. They're so cute. Hey little guy. Hi. It's funny, when you're hiking up this trail, you can hear the pikas and the marmots everywhere. They're making so much noise, but it's really adorable. Oh my God. There's a bear on the trail.
I think there's a group of 5 people.
Holy sh**. Hey, bear. Oh my God. The higher you hike on this trail, the views keep getting better and better. I can't believe I saw a bear on the trail. That was crazy. A lot of All Trails reviews said that there are mountain goats at the top, so I'm crossing my fingers that I could see some of those, but this trail is pretty epic so far. First glimpse of the Sahale Glacier. When you get to about 4.5 miles into this trail, if you stay to the right, you can hike down to Doubtful Lake, but if you're headed up to Sahale Arm, you stay to the left. There is Doubtful Lake right below me. Check out this view of Doubtful Lake from above. This is pretty amazing. Looks like a postcard. Wow. This view of Doubtful Lake from above is pretty amazing. When you're hiking up to Sahale Arm, there's like a little cutoff where you could drop down and get this view of Doubtful Lake. You definitely need to check this out if you do the hike. I'm just about to hit 5 miles. I think it's gonna be steep AF the rest of the way. Let's go. Made it to Sahale Arm. Time to hike to the glacier. So All Trails considers the end of trail to be at Sahale Glacier Camp, which is what I'm hiking to now. And I just looked at the map. Looks like there's a bathroom up there also, so that's pretty cool. This part is definitely very steep, but the views are pretty amazing. Mother. I don't think the GoPro is doing this any justice, showing how steep this trail is, but this is no joke. It's hard to see on the GoPro, so I figured I'd get a phone clip. I still have a ways to go. You can see the people all the way up there. When you get to the top part of this trail, there's a lot of rock scrambling. It's a little bit hard to see where the actual trail is, so I keep having to check the All Trails app. But slowly making my way up, not looking forward to coming back down later. 2/10 of a mile to go. This might be the longest 2/10 of a mile of my entire life. This is steep AF, and it's pretty intense. Almost there though. Let's do this. Made it to the top. Right ahead of me is Sahale Glacier. I did it. If you're super ambitious, you can keep hiking up to the actual glacier, and if you have some ice climbing gear, you can climb up the glacier. I do not have that, so I'm just gonna sit here, eat a snack, and watch the crazy people climbing all the way up. When you get to the top, make sure you walk around and explore a little bit. You can walk on the ice a little bit and soak up these epic mountain views. One last view of the glacier. Time to head back down. I am reluctantly headed back down now. Really don't want to leave these views, but it's going to take me a long time to get back to the trailhead.
Hey little guy.
I finally made it back to the parking lot. I am exhausted. That hike kicked my butt a little bit. All Trails has me at 6 hours and 55 minutes and 12.5 miles with 3,832 feet of elevation gain. Epic hike, but I'm definitely tired right now. It's time to check out my last stop in North Cascades National Park, the Gorge Creek Overlook. I wish I had more time here. This place is magical. But check out this view. Checking out the Gorge Creek overlook.
Quick recommendation, if you're in or around Marble Mount, make sure you stop at the Mondo restaurant and get a huckleberry milkshake. You won't be disappointed.
This overlook is pretty cool. You can walk around a little bit more to see the creek from different viewpoints, and the watercolor is stunning. So I'm gonna head out of the park now. Unfortunately, I have an early flight tomorrow morning, so I'm gonna try to catch a few hours of sleep. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram at wondermich so you guys can check out all of my upcoming adventures.